Namaste. Sidramaiah-led Karnataka government has announced and decided to repeal the Karnataka Protection to Religious Freedom Act 2022, which was implemented by the then BJP government and which was popularly called as anti-conversion law. Now the big question is, what will happen to all those 21 cases which were registered under this act? The answer is very simple. The government has taken a stand to repeal it and it will produce the bill in the next session. Therefore, all the charges, all the cases which were filed under this act will also be nullified. They will be set free. The big question is whether this government is ready to appreciate or whether they are ready to allow the illegal conversions in the state. Why this question? Because it is simply put. Let's understand. These 21 cases were filed because they were trying to forcefully convert someone, lure someone, which is against the constitution. The very basic fundamental right which gives the idea of religious freedom under Article 25, which states free to process your religion, your faith. You are free to practice any of your faith's beliefs, but it is also reiterated in the preamble, but you do not have the right to forcefully convert anyone. What was implicit in the constitution or what was in the skeletal form in the constitution, Karnataka government by the then Bommai government had brought an act to fulfill the conditions or to create an environment wherein there is no forceful conversions, and forceful conversions are usually illegal. Now the Congress government thinks that okay, it was brought in with some ideological necessities, therefore we are trying to repeal the act. The question remains the same, whether Congress government appreciates or acknowledges the illegal conversions. Illegal conversions is a threat to any of the identity, any of the civilization. We have seen it in the Latin America. If you read the book called Open Veins of Latin America, you will understand. If there was any law to protect the indigenousness or the basic identity of that Latin America, there would have been no chances of mass conversion. The same goes with Africa. Now in the Indian context, illegal conversions has to be stopped. If Congress thinks this act is not good, then there is also a looming pressure on them to bring in a new act which suffices or which creates an environment where illegal or forceful conversions are avoided in this country. Willful conversions were always appreciated by all the governments and there was no bar to it. When the BJP government brought this act in 2022, many of the religious heads had come down to the streets and demanded the government that okay, we will be victimized, we will feel unsafe. All those fears were expressed. But fact of the matter, during the tenure or during the 1 year working of this act, there wasn't an instance, there was no instance, not even a single instance where religious minorities were tortured, forced, or this act was illegally used to lure them or to suppress them. There was not a single instance to say police harassed any of them. So therefore, this act was in a way very balanced one, and the implementation and working of the act too proved to be very successful with just the 21 cases. Now the question is, will they go scot-free? But there can be a possibility that if the forceful converter had physically harassed, damaged, or he was trying to kidnap somebody, during these things or during these allegations or because of these crimes, he can be punished under various sections of CRPC, IPC, etc., etc. But under this law, he will go scot-free. It is indirectly stating that you can continue doing your illegal conversions. There won't be any justice. Therefore, we need to be very sensible. Government has to be very sensible. If it doesn't want the BJP's decision to succeed, then it's fine. The mandate is with the Congress. They can take a call. But they should create an environment wherein the illegal conversions shouldn't become the new business, new norm in the state. And remember, most of the ministers in the government, or even the government, was formed because of the community votes. And that majority should continue. If the members of the community, downtrodden section maybe, or even the intellectuals or anybody for that matter, if they become the victim of forceful conversions, then there won't be any stand-alone majority of these communities. These people or their next generations won't enjoy the support of the communities, because most of them, or a chunk of them, may be victims of forceful conversions, illegal conversions, and they have to leave the community, basic community which they are living in. Therefore, the big question is still there in front of the government, in front of the civil society, in front of the society, and in front of the people, that if this act is going to be repealed, then there should be some alternative to take action, to take the call whenever the victim comes out to you, to the station, and says that they were trying to forcefully convert me by luring money, by using the force, or creating some sense of fear, misleading me. During such times, if government, law and order fails to protect the victim, then I don't think there is any hope left for the victim or for anyone. Please think it for yourself. As a government, it can take any call, but it has to create an enabling environment wherein illegal activities of any sort, including the illegal conversions, has to be abated, has to be stopped, has to be regulated, and completely it has to be nullified. Otherwise, the very diversity of this nation will be under the huge threat, humongous threat. Therefore, it is the time for us to stop this political actions or political thinking and decide it for the larger good of this nation, state, society. Thank you. Please think it for yourself. धन्यवाद. जय हिंद. श्रेयांक एसरा नडे. नमस्ते.